Happy belated recap, everybody. Welcome Division 4A to your Week 6 recap, the week of upsets. No team was able to beat a team that is lower in the rankings than they were. So let's look at Week 6. First up, Beefheart and his Merryman versus the Reds on a Stick, and the Reds on a Stick got their first victory. Yes, and the crowd goes mild again. Yeah, we have Beefheart and his Merryman, and they don't have a thrower, so they put rookie the left foot of justice on ball duty. And apparently he lied on his resume by saying he is edgy 3 because he couldn't handle the ball at all, but he got an MVP for trying, at least. Gustav got to earn a stick, on the other hand, earned the MVP for being the only player on the team to honor the age-old Skaven tradition of fouling. Yes. Good boy. And if you look at the stats, with half as many blocks, the Reds on a Stick actually managed to have more armor breaks than the Orcs. Against Orcs. And it's not just... well, they don't even have Claw yet, because it's such a rookie team. So, yes, something went wrong there, very much wrong. But still, the Reds got 3 perms inflicted on them, the Orcs only 1, and Ozzy on a Stick was one of the perms, the most permanent of perms, because he died trying to dodge away from Captain Beefheart himself on turn 3. And despite some SPP gotten on both teams, 11 exactly for both teams, there was no level up to be seen. But once again, because he asked so nicely about Clarions, and I did not find any Clarion sound, congratulations, shitsouse. Next up, we have Stuff from My Fridge against the Baltigore Ravens. And here we have Tablos, who did 2 things this game. He moved 2 squares, and he got blitzed by Sausage. And the Baltigore Ravens went, we need more guys like him. Give him an MVP that will motivate the other guys to do exactly the same. Yeah, as always. Bacon, on the other hand, inflicted the most blocks on the enemy and squandered 3 of his team's rerolls in doing so, rolling almost half of the team's skulls this game. Yeah, and here we see a clear difference in armor breaks. 13 for Stuff from My Fridge, 4 for the Baltigore Ravens. It's what you would expect, and what you would not expect are these dice. Only 4 ones for Stuff from My Fridge. Unfortunately, armor is also counted towards this, but they apparently had no problem getting this. And 4 ones. None of those on the 4 really stupids, and this just shows you that only activating cake 4 times is the best way to use a cake if you have left it in the fridge for too long, because the Baltigore Ravens were not able to get away from the tentacles, and the Baltigore Ravens also were had a more than average bad reaction to the foul appearance of whatever is happening in exactly that fridge. SPP 12 to 10, not very much, but we still have a lot of level ups for this. We have on the Baltigore Ravens side Athmal and Tablos. Tablos got Kick. Kick is always a nice skill on a lineman if you don't have it yet. And especially for elves, normally because they are very fast, and with Healthful having the movement up, it's especially nice to have Kick. And the other one was, what did I say? Althmal. There. Level 5 lineman now. Edgy 5 leap blodger. Yeah, that's... now we are talking. Baltigore Ravens getting interesting. Very nice. So now they have always some kind of threat against the ball. I very much like it. On the other hand, Stuff from My Fridge got level ups on Sausage. Sausage, the killer with the edgy down. He got tackle, as well you expect in this division once again. Now on 3 tackle, which is one of the highest tackle counts in the division. Very nice for stuff from my fridge. And also Bacon got a level up. And Bacon got guard. Also a nice thing to have. 3 guard is actually still kind of low for a Nurgle team of this team value. But you have some decently developed Pastigors and you have the very nice cake. So, yeah, you will see guard getting into the mix from now on, I would say. Next up on the schedule, we have this one, but that's not interesting. We have the sit-down boys against the Velakas ass kickers. And here we have Astu Bierman, who got the MVP for being a better fouler than the team's dirty player himself. So, yeah, team has a dirty player, not very effective. Astu Bierman, very effective. And Roman Supernova is actually MVP worthy. That's a that's something that's not happening often because yeah, he threw 9 of their 16 blocks overall. Yes, the sit-down boys, the pro elves, threw 16 blocks against the Velakas ass kickers, who had 18 armor breaks. So more armor breaks than blocks. Yes, that's happening. And he also managed both of the armor breaks. He also survived on the pitch until turn 15, when a lightning bolt hit him, and that as AV6 against a Chaos team that tried to kill him off. So he really was the MVP of the match. It's a bit unfortunate to get an MVP on an already level 6 guy who will take ages to level 7, but, well, he deserved it. Yeah, what happened this game? We had an interception. Unfortunate. We had a lot of actual passing meters by Lord Fluoride, so he wants to get back into the race for best thrower of ReBBL. But Velakas ass kickers just removed the sit-down boys. The second half began with only 6 elves on the field, and that was down to 3 already on turn 11. Yeah, and then they were literally hunting the remaining elves for sport for the remainder of the game. So, and he tried his best to get a pitch clear, but unfortunately there was one rookie lineman who just kept surviving, I would say. Despite a turn 15, as I said, turn 15 lightning bolt on Roman Supernova, turn 5 after that surf on Lord Fluoride, but it wasn't to be. 2-1 for the Velakas ass kickers, and deservedly so, I would say. Then, next up, we have Sneaky Blinders versus the Bootleg All-Stars, and here we have Short Gash Drip Jr. Got the MVP for being the only rookie to hit someone without immediately needing a reroll. Yep. That's all it takes in this game. Because Billy Shelby got the MVP because it was his 20th match and he hadn't had any SPP yet, so the team wanted him to feel appreciated, so they gave him the MVP. Yeah, for such volatile teams, I would say this result is very much unexciting. 14 armor breaks, 11 armor breaks, nothing really stuck except for a minus movement on Aspel Blowhammer, the second troll, I would say, of the Bootleg All-Stars. Yes, you can rank them because Ripoff is a great troll who does everything for the team, and Aspel Blowhammer is a troll who, again, will miss a game, and I'm not even sure if you should keep him because he's just a liability. Though I have to say, both teams had very well behaved trolls this game, as well as very well behaved refs who just did not take any bribes from the bootleg All-Stars, which might have led to the game being less volatile, less exciting than it could have been. Yeah. The most exciting thing actually was with these 3 SPP for Slapper Forehead, because from my knowledge, from what I have heard, he rolled a 6 and he rolled another 6. And Flying Turtle is not really sure if he should get the strength up. And I would say yes, take it. Because you have a Pogoer who can then leap into a cage and one die the ball carrier as goblins, which is great for goblins. You also have a ball carrier with strength 3 all of a sudden, which is also great as goblins because now the enemy has to actually work for his 2 dice against your ball carrier. And you don't actually accumulate much more team value than you already have. Maybe one of your trolls will get another level. Maybe you will get a level on your Fanatic or your Bombardier or even your Looney, whatever you would take there. But only maybe. So this is as much as you can get. So 50k is still you still keep way below the average of the league, of the division even. So it's not that much bloat, and you still it's one bribe, and you've seen how well bribes work. So yeah, I would take it. Just to have it, just to try it once, twice, 3 times until it dies because it's a goblin. But still, yeah. So that's just my opinion. And then last real match, Tridentum Execrator have been beaten by the Umweltschützerinnen. And here we have Filano, who got the MVP, so that I can publicly remind him that he has Dirty Player for a reason, and he should act accordingly. On the other hand, Zara the Slayer got the MVP, so Jaken can feel really good about introducing her, after her stabbing on the field was already so very, very worth it. Yeah, what can we say about this game? A lot, actually, about the Necros. Because, Vastator, the star werewolf, he himself has the most SPP of any player in the division, was in great form this game. 14 blocks, 5 armor breaks, and even a kill on Vandana Shiva, the block catcher of the Umweltschützerinnen. Yeah, but he was the only one who really did well. We have Scopulus, the Blotch Guard Flash Golem. Yes, that exists. He died twice on the field, but he got better. Ultor, the Strength 4 Werewolf, on the other hand, was not as lucky, trying to dodge away from Zara the Slayer, and died. Yeah, she couldn't have done anything worse to him, actually. So Dragon Arrow is now on his 4th Ultor. Yeah. When we look at the dice rolls, block dice overall, both teams were very even. And then we look at Tridentum Execrator. That now looks still kind of even, but if you go then to the Umweltschützerinnen and you see that they only rolled 7 skulls and 16 powers, you think, oh well, maybe it wasn't as even as I thought it was. If you look at the normal rolls, armor, as you expect from Amazons, stab, as you expect stab to work. Dodge, very nice. So everything worked kind of well for the Amazons, and that was all it took. Something that worked kind of well, and Tridentum Execrator not having the best of games especially the injury department. Also, armor for a necromantic team is kind of low. But they managed their dodges. They were even better than the Amazons in this regard. Yeah, so that was all for the games. And now we take a look at the leaderboard. And here we see a change for once in many places. First place changed. Tridentum Execrata now displaced to the 3rd place, and the sit-down boys to the 4th place. Out of Acrobata and Community Sports both really enjoying their free week and rising to the top here. Also, first time not in last place, Rats on a Stick, Shitzaus. He managed his first victory again. Yes, applause for that. And rose from the depth. And now the Umis are where they belong because they are not with us anymore. Hopefully the Norse can join them on the 2nd to last place. Also, Umweltschützerinnen, very much best placement they had all season after beating the top dogs. And now to next week's games. We have Community Sport against the Rats on a Stick. And yeah, I will just go to tipping. I will put this here, and I don't think I need to say much more, do I? Because, well, look at the teams. Look at those. Look at the poor rats. Okay. Next up, Umweltschützerinnen get a bye week. Yeah, they deserve it after taking down Tridentum Execrata for the first time. Bootleg All-Stars now trying their hand on the Necro team, but the Necros, they did not lose much except for the strength 4 Werewolf. They still have Vastator, they still have this ridiculous Flesh Golem, they still have their ball carrier Ghoul, and the Goblins don't have one of the trolls, because that's the bad troll. They have Slapper Forehead in a very nice condition now, maybe, if they take it. But, yeah. I'm not... Yeah, I'm not sure if the Bootleg All-Stars can manage anything here. And I'm tipping high this week because it worked so well in the last few weeks. But I'm the recap. I have to tip high, so I'm saying 3-1 for Tridentum Execrata. Because Bootleg All-Stars somehow will manage to get one through because they have a plus movement, plus hopefully now plus strength, Pogor. So yeah, that will work. Then we have the Velkas Ass Kickers versus the Sneaky Blinders. And here, the Velkas Ass Kickers, I've totally forgot to go over the level ups. Crixo apparently has a normal. So, yeah, that's guard, isn't it? What else will you take? Maybe Claw, but not in this division. Except maybe if you have the Orcs left, you might take Claw, or you think, okay, we have half of the games done already. Let's think about the rest of the career of the team. Maybe then you take Claw as well. But I would take Guard. Guard is such a great skill, and you only have 2 of those yet. As to Beerman, on the other hand, from what I have heard, has gotten a double. And there you have some... Do you really have anything you need on him that you only get from a double? Beastmen already have strength access, mutation access, normal, general access. So we look at passing. What do you want from passing? It's not your edgy upgoat, so leader for a reroll that costs only half as much. I doubt it, to be honest. agility. You might want a dodge goat, because that's always nice. So you can 1 in 9. Or you could take sidestep, because you are already planning to give him frenzy next. So you have someone to serve with. I'm actually not sure you should take the double. I would say take Mighty Blow, take Guard, take Tackle. Any of those, I would say, are in the current state of the team better than taking any of the doubles, except maybe Dodge if you like to dodge him out, but that's you're just inviting the enemy tackle to use their skill, which they can't otherwise against you. You're tackle immune if you don't take it. Anyway, back to the game. Valky's Ass Kickers versus the Sneaky Blinders. Let's look at how they are standing. Oh, Sneaky Blinders down here. Valky's Ass Kickers, 5th place. Nice looking team. Somewhat destroyed team after John Shelby died. And yeah, with a lot of somewhat developed goblins. Yes, it's very nice to dodge the goblins in, especially against the Valky's Ass Kickers who don't have tackle, but they already have shown against the sit-down boys that they don't really need tackle to take down edgy teams. So yeah, and these are just as squishy as the Pro Elves. I would say this goes to the Valky's Ass Kickers as well, and I would even say I would give it the same score. And because hopefully everyone has tipped already, because it's Friday evening, by God, I will close tipping right after I'm done with this recap. Okay, next up, we have Out of Acrobata versus the Sit-Down Boys. Yes, 1st place versus 4th place, and this will be an edgy fest, I would say. The team that always feels like it's an edgy up team against a team that is definitely all the edgy in the world, and nobody can really take a hit because they implode immediately. So this will be a touchdown fest, I would say. They are almost the highest valued teams in the league if it wasn't for community sports reaching the 2000 mark now. Yeah, it's really hard to say, but they have a killer. Out of Acrobata have, and the Sit-Down Boys have Lord Fluoride. So, this could go either way. And I have to decide now, so I'm going with record, and we have a 501 against a 402, so let's say 3-2 for Out of Acrobata. Because I have no idea how to tip this game. It can really go either way. Next up, Baltimore Ravens get a bye week. Yes, they will be happy with it. Unfortunately, we can't see Althmal use his leap yet, but we will see it afterwards in week 8. And then, last but not least, Beefheart and his Merryman was a Stuff From My Fridge, and Stuff From My Fridge, I would say, look very nice lately. Beefheart, on the other hand, just lost to the Reds. They have lost Precocious Pete in the process for the next game and lost parts of his armor. They are not hitting hard yet, these orcs. We just have Larry and the People's Champion, who is niggled. On the other hand, we have cake, we have cheese, we have sausage, everything you need And we have more guard on the Nurgle. I'm not seeing it for Beefheart. And despite Sir Trevor McD breaking his streak of going 2-0 or 0-2, I say it's a 0-2 for stuff from my fridge. I'm sorry, Captain Beefheart and Sir Trevor. This is what I think will happen. So, thank you for entering your tips. Yes, you're welcome. You're very welcome. Next up, you expect awards, but we will leave the awards for this week. I know, I'm very sorry, but we have something else planned. Because it's the middle of the week, and I thought we will look at the development of the teams from the start of the season until now. Starting with the sit-down boys. What do we see? We see level ups on Mr. Free Refill, who got guard. Very nice. We see some more unfortunate events. Jonathan Wetlands with the minus movement, and Roman Supernova with a very, very unfortunate AV6. It's now more likely that he gets an armor break than not if he hits the ground. We see both Blitzers level, which is nice. Ricky Pleiades getting into the fray. So we have now one of the highest valued, I would say, Pro Elf teams to ever have blessed Rebel, and one with a bench of 2 even. So this is something you don't really see on a Pro Elf team. Let's see what happens with them. Beachmaster did not even accumulate any more injuries, which is also very nice. And James Workshop's the second. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Lord Brainlord, but I think James Workshop was the one who had the Strength Bust and AV Bust last season, wasn't he? Next up, we have the Sneaky Blinders. What happened here? Well, we have a hard loss, but with the Niggles, it was expected. We got John Shelby 2 now, who already got a touchdown. Very nice for him. Otherwise, not much happened here, actually. We got a new one. We got Asthma Shelby. Yes, that has happened. We have Curly getting 2 heads. But otherwise, I'm not really sure what I can say. We have not much development here. Maybe because he draws so much and he does not score many touchdowns, unfortunately, Aromasin. Let's hope that you can change that in the second half of the season. After that, we have Tridentum Execrata. Ulto, the 4th, is now with us. Very unfortunate to lose a Strength 4 block werewolf, but it happens. We also have the whites leveled up with guard already, which is great for them. Scopulus, the now freak of nature flesh golem. Yeah. And every zombie has leveled. Everyone. So here you can now actually block with every zombie without feeling the need to keep the reroll handy, or to put it last in your turn order, which is a luxury actually. So this season just looks great. They got their first loss now, but still the team looks great, and the development of the team also is pretty great, I would say. I think Dragonero would say if he knew at the beginning of the season that his team will look like this, and that his placement in the league will look like it is, for only losing Ultor again. I would say he will take that. Next up, we have community sport. So what happened here? We see Kappa giving one edgy to Craigism and getting infected by the movement up. We also see a new Black Orc appear and already being leveled, which is after only 6 games. Black Orc level, very, very nice for him. Overall, this team just looks nice. Okay, 2020 team value, as I said before, that's not the real team value. Okay, he will just sell his Epo, buy his Epo, sell his Epo, buy his Epo, and then just get 20, lose 20 more. So he is at 19, actually, 1900k. Still, this is just a great team. We have a piling on Mighty Blow, a Pommer now, Boost Tackle. It's all developing as you would like your orc team to develop. So everything is fancy fine here in the community sports land. Then we have the Umweltschützerinnen, who have lost some of the people, I thought. Yes, here. Berta y Caceres Flores. You also lost May. No, she's still here. But Vandana Shiva is no longer with us as well. So if you're a thrower or a catcher on this team, it might not be as nice. But we have Anne Makosinski now. Yeah, what happened otherwise? We do not see any more stat ups, which is unfortunate for the Umweltschützerinnen. We also don't see much change in team value, but that's because Vaipurna is now gone. Is gone for the next game. Oh, and we see Rosalie Barrow Edge has lost the movement. Exactly. Yeah. Now I remember. Now it's just a very, very expensive strength up piece. Yes. It's all coming back to me. I'm sorry. It's a Friday. That's what you get if you play your last game of the week after I have gone to bed on Wednesday. Yeah. Next up, we have the Bootleg All-Stars. And here we see Aspel Blowhammer. Not much development here. Who would have thought, for a troll who has his second game on the bench now next week and who is utterly useless. Just taken second rip off. Slapper forehead will be a star one day. Otherwise, we see a change of movement from Nuberus Redas to Borak the Disposable, so nothing new here. Unfortunately, we've lost some of the other leveled goblins, although I'm not quite sure if it's really unfortunate, because they are goblins and they don't need to level. Except maybe the diving tackle, that might have been nice, but still, I don't think it's a big loss in this department. Yeah. Let's see what Ripoff gets with the next 8 SPP. Maybe he can cast his way to those in the next few weeks, so we see it this season. And let's see if Aspel Blowhammer will still be with the team at the end of the season. Next up, we have the Velocast Ass Kickers. And here we already see, we lost somebody. Lost Mr. Jose. But we have leveled everyone. And We don't have block yet on everyone, so it's not like Trident Executor who just can willy-nilly block with everyone they want, but having a dirty player, great stuff. Having guard, great stuff. We also have a dedicated second blitzer or killer in the making. Actually, 2 of those. We have our first killer getting better. Oh, no, wait. This is not in the making. That just happened. And we have our star ball handler getting better as well. So this is just developing very nicely, the Velakas ass kickers. And if you remember from the beginning, the graph of the trajectory of the teams, you see that they have a very nice developing trajectory during the season as well. So I'm expecting them to only get better with time. And next up, we have the Altdorf Acrobata, who are now on 14 players. And he's also one of the people who just slides them down, everyone. We got another blitzer, we got another catcher, we lost some of the linemen. At least one lineman who's no longer with us. It's Benito. Yeah, Benito is dead. But we got Luigi and we got Gabriel. Yeah. What else is new? Unfortunate AV bust on our guard blitzer. Yeah. Happens. I would say Konstantin Kurakin is going strong in the killer department. We have Dauntless on Paolo now, because he wants to get closer to the perfection that is a Bretonnian knight. Yeah, but with Wrestle, you will never achieve that goal. The dream of becoming a Bretonnian knight on the fields of Blood Bowl. Yeah, otherwise, still a nice looking team, and the results speak for themselves. Andrea with Stand Firm. I love Stand Firm on the blitzers, because you have no block, you have dodge, you have Stand Firm, and you have diving tackle. So you're not going anywhere, and your opponent is also not going anywhere. It's a really nice combo, I found. Next, here we have the Baltigo Ravens, and land like their MVPs, a team with Leap and Mighty Blow. So everything is coming up nicely for them. Also, we got the tackle for the division. We got the kick for being extra annoying to slow opponents, or even be annoying to the fast opponents who are not as well versed in bashing as you are. So you can even decide. So I really like kick on a team that can decide between rushing to the enemy end zone or brawling if they want to. Overall, nice development on the team. Nothing much else to say. I'm really looking forward to see if Leap will play a role in the coming games. Then we have Beefheart and his merry men, who got a People's Champion. That's the first thing that comes to mind if you see them. The troll who leveled up right in his first game, now unfortunately already niggled. We have Captain Beefheart himself, who went with a speed up and a block, like so many other of his team. They started as the little orcs, they are now the medium orcs, and I think the team is developing nicely. It's a little bit behind the curve of the rest of the division, but from the results so far, they are in the middle of the pack now, and I think they deserve their spot in here. Then we have stuff from my fridge. Some stuff changed. We have no eggs in the fridge. Well, you should have eggs in your fridge. They are very nutritious. They have very nice amount of protein. They have the perfect amount of fats for you. Put eggs in your fridge. On the other hand, we have sausage still going strong with the tackle. We have the other ones, bacon and purple yam, also going strong. And for a Nurgle team, that's already as much development as you would expect from 6 games. But it does not stop there. Milk and cheese, also nice development. Finally, a few guard in here. And the most important part, the dirty players. Yes, me likey. And last but not least, because they won a game this week, it's Rats on a Stick by Shitsaus. And they have taken a beating from the start of the season, and they are still taking a beating. Graham got to earn a stick, Gareth got to earn a stick. I'm not sure if they will earn a stick anymore, because they look like they will be goners soon. With the treasury allowing for it, I'm not sure if you keep them. Maybe as line fodder, because they are not niggled yet, and they don't have AV yet, but on the other hand, they can hog SPP from MVPs, as you see from Graham got to earn a stick. So I'm not sure if you want to keep them anywhere here. We have William with a stick. Very nice development on him. 19 SPP so far in the first 6 games. So he's developing to be a nice killer. We also have development on, well, one of the gutter runners. The other ones changed. Ozzy is no longer with us. Oscar is now with us. Yeah, this is also stuff that just happens to Skaven. They go through players like it's nobody's business. Yeah, but the team is starting to look nicer than in the beginning of the season. They always had to battle uphill, but they managed to persevere, I would say. And I don't think they will have the worst of seasons. It's not as bad as you could have expected in the beginning of the season, I would say. And the development on some of the more important players is already very nice. And with that, that's all we have for this week. So, see you next week. Have fun out there. Thank you for not playing any games yet. And sorry for not having the recap out earlier, but I had a hard time at work yesterday and on Wednesday. As I said, you people keep playing games when I'm already in bed. So, without further ado, see you next week. Have fun out there.